Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something truly chilling, brutal, and unforgettable. The kill count of Halloween 2018. This film brought back the terror of Michael Myers in a modern reimagining that served as both a sequel and a fresh restart to the classic horror saga. Halloween 2018 doesn't just deliver the slasher thrills. It carefully balances nostalgia, suspense, and innovation to create a horror experience that feels like it belongs both to long-time fans and newcomers. So, let's break it down in detail, looking at its exterior appeal, its interior atmosphere, the performance of the cast, the safety themes baked into its storytelling, its unique selling points, the production's price and financial impact, and then finally, a conclusion that sums up why this film still lingers in our minds. On the exterior level, Halloween 2018 markets itself as a sleek, terrifying return to basics. Right from the trailers, the film promised to strip away unnecessary mythology and take us straight back to what made the 1978 classic unforgettable. Michael Myers as an unstoppable force of evil, Laurie Strode as the resilient survivor, and the creeping sense that nowhere is safe once the shape begins his hunt. The cinematography complements this with shadow-heavy compositions, glowing pumpkins, and a visual style that nods to Carpenter's original vision while updating it with modern precision. From the outside, this movie looks like exactly what fans have been begging for. A true continuation, 40 years later, that restores the primal fear Michael Myers brings to the suburban streets of Haddonfield. It is horror stripped down to its bone-chilling essence, and that alone was enough to make audiences line up when it hit theaters. Moving to the interior, the film delivers a very specific atmosphere once you step inside its world. The interior design of Halloween 2018 can be felt in its mood, its pacing, and the lived-in detail of its settings. Laurie's home, turned into a fortress, tells us everything about her trauma and preparation. The small-town neighborhoods are instantly familiar yet unsettling, capturing the illusion of safety that Michael shatters. It is simple, tight, and claustrophobic. Inside the film, everything feels like a ticking time bomb, from the quiet dinner scenes to the glowing jack-o'-lanterns on porches, hinting at the storm that is about to hit. When it comes to performance, Jamie Lee Curtis absolutely carries the movie with a powerhouse return as Laurie Strode. Her role is no longer that of a young victim, but of a hardened survivor who has lived in fear and readiness for decades. The depth of her performance transforms Halloween from a slasher flick into a generational tale of trauma and vengeance. Judy Greer as Karen, Laurie's daughter, gives nuance to the story as someone caught between rejecting her mother's paranoia and later realizing its necessity. Andi Matichak as Allison, the granddaughter, symbolizes the new generation inheriting this struggle. James Jude Courtney, stepping into the mask as Michael Myers, deserves praise too. His physicality, the brutal yet precise way he moves, truly channels the essence of the shape. The performances collectively create an intensity that elevates what could have been a standard reboot into something far more emotionally charged. Safety features in a horror film might sound ironic, but here they are woven directly into the narrative. Laurie Strode's entire life has been shaped around security and preparation. Her house itself functions like a survival bunker. Reinforced doors, hidden weapons, trap rooms, and alarms designed for one purpose, to capture and kill Michael Myers. These elements are the safety features that define the film's heart. On a metaphorical level, Halloween 2018 also addresses the concept of emotional safety. Trauma, generational pain, and the ways families try to protect one another are baked into the story. Laurie's obsession with safety is both her curse and her salvation, and it drives the film into its tense and fiery conclusion. The unique selling points of Halloween 2018 are numerous. First, it completely ignores all the sequels after the 1978 original, creating a direct 40 years later continuation. This bold narrative choice clears away confusing timelines and brings the focus back to the core characters. Second, it reintroduces Michael Myers as a force of nature, not over-explained or diluted by unnecessary backstory. Third, the film manages to blend nostalgia with innovation. It mirrors classic moments, uses Carpenter's chilling music with new variations, and still delivers shocking, inventive kills that keep even seasoned horror fans on edge. Fourth, it embraces the theme of female empowerment, showing Laurie not as a passive victim, but as someone who takes charge of her destiny. These elements make the film stand out in a crowded horror landscape, turning it into a cultural moment rather than just another sequel. Price is another aspect worth mentioning. Halloween 2018 was produced on a relatively modest budget of around $10 million. Despite this, it went on to become one of the highest-grossing slasher films of all time, raking in over $250 million worldwide. The return on investment was astronomical, proving that horror, when done right, remains one of the most profitable genres in cinema. This financial success also confirmed that audiences are hungry for well-crafted horror reboots that respect their roots while offering something fresh. The price-to-profit ratio made Halloween not only a creative success but also a financial triumph. In conclusion, Halloween 2018 kill count is more than just a list of gruesome murders. It's a showcase of how modern horror can honor its legacy while pushing forward. It balances exterior style with interior depth, powerhouse performances with meaningful safety metaphors, unique selling points that set it apart, and a price that proves horror's box office dominance. Watching Michael Myers stalk through Haddonfield once again reminds us why he is cinema's most iconic boogeyman, and why Laurie Strode is one of horror's most enduring heroes. This film isn't perfect, but it succeeds in its mission: to terrify, to entertain, and to make us feel like no matter how safe we think we are, the shape could be waiting just around the corner. That's the chilling magic of Halloween, and that's why this kill count is so unforgettable.